Hello and welcome back. So, right now is 12:21, and as we speak, the president and CEO of CNN, is making the announcement that CNN Plus is shut down. Less than a Kirby. Less than a Kirby, which means Kirby lasted 6 months. CNN lasted 1 month of their streaming service. Can you believe this? I'm making this raw and unedited, so expect me to laugh because this is so funny that CNN is shutting down less than 1 month of launching. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. I've never seen a streaming service collapse so hard like CNN Plus did in less than 1 month. This is crazy. But let me read you this statement from the president of CNN that made the announcement. He said, quote, "Let me be clear, this move is in no way a reflection of talented and hardworking people who poured their heart and soul into building and flawlessly launching CNN Plus in a very short period of time. It also is not a reflection of the quality of the talent and content of CNN Plus, some of which will migrate to CNN's programming or some of the company's other networks. The process for making those decisions is already underway, and we will communicate to those affected as quickly as possible." So, I'm just gonna end that quote right there because it's talking about other things like the transition of CNN Plus and other things like that. I don't think you may have time to listen through it, but this is crazy. CNN Plus shutting down less than a month. They launched that service at $2.99 for limited time, and then by the end of the month, at the end of the month, they'll launch it at $5.99. Well, I guess the $2.99 was the permanent offer for the lifetime of the service then, because nobody was even paying for it. Only 150,000 subscribers were paying for that service, and they couldn't even last less than a month. This is insane. Lasting less than a Kirby. Let's take a one more look at CNN Plus because I already made a video on this, but I'm just gonna make a quick dive through of it since that channel is obviously going to change and it's no longer going to be the way it is right now. So let's just get this out of the way right now. Let's take one more look at it before it shuts down. So right now they're talking about the layers of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and the lawsuit of it. They did an interview recently with Jen Psaki with Chris Wallace, which is so crazy in the media perspective. The guy literally went on CNN from Fox News. He spent, I want to say, a decade or two at Fox News. He ditched that network to join CNN Plus for a month. I mean, was that the biggest failure of his career? We'll find out. I mean, maybe he'll stick with CNN and maybe he'll have his own show on there. Maybe he'll keep hosting Who's Talking on CNN, the regular channel. We'll see. But forget him on CNN Plus anymore. That's done. Yeah, Casey Hunt. She moved to CNN Plus. You can see her there. She moved to CNN Plus from MSNBC's. I think he spent a couple of years there as well. Did that for CNN Plus. That's a failure. I mean, in her career, but I think she's still gonna work with CNN as well. We'll see as well. All these shows, this show here was based off of the newsletters that they offered, the five things, and it was on there. Now it ditched to, well, it's not ditching, but it moved to TV as well. That's shut down. This series right here, Go There, was I think it was a Facebook series, shutting down, moving on. Reliable Sources Daily. I think it's going to remain a Sunday show. It's not going to be a weekday show anymore now that it's shut down. But look at all these series that they poured so much effort, so much money into, now gone because you know what the problem was? They didn't make it free. That was the problem. They didn't make the service free. And as you know, CBS News, they started this whole streaming news stuff, and ABC and NBC, they jump on the bandwagon as well. And you want to know what they did on like CNN Plus? I mean, you can obviously know. They made the service free, and they made live news content. And you want to know how they generate the revenue and they stayed on the air so long? The money from advertising. Why couldn't CNN did that? Why couldn't CNN do that? Like, okay, let's think quickly. Let's think quickly. Okay, you want to make a streaming service of news. Okay, and you want to make it a subscription base. Okay, fine. Make a subscription base. But all these live TV, the live TV content that you have here, the source, the global brief, all that stuff that you got the live content. Why couldn't you make the live content free? And then if you want to make the content on demand thereafter, then then they have the subscription. But no, they didn't want to do that. They want to make everything, even the live content, they want to make it subscription based. And I think that was the main reason why CNN Plus is shutting down right now. You couldn't even afford to like be generous and courteous to the viewer who's interested in streaming news and make all of this live stuff free. You couldn't have the courtesy to do that. Everything. Look at this. Let me go into this right now, even though it's not live right now. Like you couldn't even make like, okay, this particular episode right here. Let's go into that right now. You couldn't even make it free. You just had to put it behind the subscription-based paywall. That's why CNN Plus is shutting down right now as we speak. Well, it's not shutting down right now. It's shutting down. It's gonna wind down operations by the end of this month, April 30th. CNN Plus is a value, yeah. You wanna know who else shut down? You wanna know who else who shut down this streaming service? This service right here, People TV. Now I only mentioned that service once, and that was in a video when I was talking about um Tubi, and they offered that channel in there with the live content. Now People TV lasted for a couple of years. You know what's happening with that channel now? That channel is now shutting down as well, and it's shutting down on the same day as CNN Plus. So you got two streaming services. One's free that lasts a couple of years. One not only lasts a month, and it's shutting down only after 1 month. This lasted a couple of years. This is shutting down after just. This is so funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is just so hilarious. You know who else shut down? The Black News Channel. Now that was another streaming service that shut down. Now it went on. It aired on cable, and then it aired on satellite. Not satellite. I'm sorry, streaming. It aired on streaming and cable, and it only lasted just 2 years. It only lasted just 2 years because they poured too much cash into that streaming service. They poured too much cash, and they hire so many people. They hire Mark Hill, this person, that person, from all these other channels. They even hired Charles Blow from the New York Times. Now he's working on MSNBC as a political analyst, but before he had his own channel on the Black News Channel. They poured cash into all these people, and they didn't even afford to like pay their employees on time by the end of the service before it shut down as well. So that channel lasted 2 years. Could be lasted 6 months. Um, think they did the same thing too. Poured too much money into it and couldn't even sustain the revenue, and had less than a couple thousand subscribers into that service. Having too many stars generate couldn't even generate enough revenue and save the cast. They had to shut down. So, you know, all these services shutting down. It's like a streaming exodus now. People TV is shutting down, CNN shutting down, Black News Channel shutting down, free streaming services shutting down. Now, Black News Channel shut down like I want to say like a month ago. CNN, People TV shut down within the same time period, April 30th. Let me make sure I'm correct. Let me check the calendar. Yeah, shutting down by the end of the month, April 30th, both of these streaming services shutting down. So, folks, the lesson today is if you want to make a streaming service, you better start little by little. And I mean, unless you're CBS and you have a whole lot of money, the lesson is, generate enough revenue, make your service free. I mean, People TV, they made their service free, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Make your service free, especially if you want to do news content. Make your service free, get the ads, and as long as you get a lot of subscribers, keep that revenue. Don't waste it like CNN did. So that's the lesson of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this Working Out video. This was raw, unedited. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.